going on? Scouts311 here, and this is a little bit of video of Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2013, which just came out recently. They've had, I think this might be the third one that they've done, maybe. I know they've done. There was one last year, and I think there was one the year before. I'm not sure if there's any before that. But anyway, Magic the Gathering is a pretty sweet game. If you've never played it, so I figured I'd show it off for those who, if anybody wants to see what it's like. So what I'm going to go into is campaign here. And I've actually done a little bit of the campaign. I've beaten the first section and then went to the next section. I'm at the boss and she actually beat me here. This where's she at? Yeah, this Innistrad, this Liliana chick beat the crap out of me actually. What I was thinking of doing is going to the beginning to show you guys how the game works. So we'll start off here in the very first person you would normally fight, which is Talrand. He has a blue deck, and I've been using that blue deck. Once you beat somebody, you get their deck, and then you can play with their deck and unlock more cards for that deck. So I've been using his deck. It's actually pretty cool. But I just recently beat this guy here, and got a white deck. So I was going to use that. I've never used it before, so I figured I'd use it in this. So yeah, I'm going to use, what's it called? You start the game with the red and this green deck. Now for those who don't know Magic, each deck is basically mana. There's blue mana, red, green, black, and white. And they're all kind of like, the blue decks normally have a lot of flying creatures or counter spells. When somebody uses a card, you can, destroy the card type of stuff. A lot more stuff like that. Red is seems to be a faster deck. And a lot of spells like fire spells to just do direct damage. Green is usually large creatures that might take a while to get out, but they're pretty powerful. Black is like decay and death, and white is like heal, health and goodness, I guess, whatever. So this deck's called Peacekeepers. So we will use this deck, and I'll try to explain some of it, how it works for the most part. I played Magic for a while. My wife and I actually started playing it like 12 years ago when we were dating. We bought some decks and started messing around with it, and it's a lot of fun. She really likes it actually, but we haven't played in years. Okay, so when you start the game, you get 7 cards. As you see, your mana is what you use to play your spells. You'll see this card here on the top right, 1 and a white. Means you need 2 mana to play it, and 1 has to be white. This is a 2 and a white, so 3 mana total. 1 has to be white, so that's how that works. That's why you need the white mana for the certain decks. And when you get your hand, you could actually keep the hand, or you can draw a new hand of 7 cards. And then if you don't like that, you can draw a new hand again, but then it goes to 6 cards, and then down, down, down. What I'd normally like to have is at least 3 to 4 mana, because you need mana to fuel your attack. You can go through a whole, you almost get no mana in a match and you're just screwed. And it's nice to have some creatures that you can get out quick. This actually looks like a pretty good hand actually, so I'm going to keep it. Like I said, I've never really played with this deck before, so I don't really know its little, nuances. They're all different. So you see, she played a mana card, and then he played this sleight of hand, which cost 1 mana. And he can look at the top 2 cards of his library, which is the library off to the side. Put one in his hand, the other in the bottom of his library. So he gets to choose what he's going to be getting, be able to play next turn. You don't really get to see it though. So now it's my turn. When you start a new turn, you always get a new card. So we got this Squadron Hawk, which is actually pretty decent, I think. So I'll play my 1 mana. And I have no cards that cost only 1, so it automatically goes to his turn because I can't do anything else. So here we go. We got a blue mana from him, and he plays Ring of. This one is pretty cool. It's an artifact, which means it goes off to the side, and he can equip it on one of his creatures that he plays, and then his creatures start to get better and better every turn, basically. So if that happens, I guess maybe I'll try to explain it or whatever. It's too hard to explain everything in this game. It has a lot of nuances. Now you can play one land card every turn. So that's why I keep throwing them out there. So now that I have 2 mana, I can play this guy. He has 1 attack, see on the bottom right. 1 attack, 2 defense. That's how that works. And I could also, he has a special ability there where I can tap a creature, and I'll get into that later. And then this guy, so we can bring him out, and if he enters the battlefield, you may search your library for up to 3 cards named Squadron Hawk, reveal them, and put them in your hand. That's kind of cool. So we'll bring him out. And now we get to search our library for up to 3 cards. There's only 1 more in there, it looks like. And then we put that right in our hand so we can use him again. We can bring him out next turn, quickly or something like that. So, okay. So what's he doing? He's bringing out this guy again so we can look at his cards again. He's trying to set his deck up how he wants. Alright, another white card. So now they highlight for you, see, anything you can play. Actually, any one of these we can play. They're highlighted, meaning they're at least 3 mana. So the game kind of helps you there. Crusader of Odric's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. That's pretty cool if you start to get a lot of people out there. I might wait on that one until I get more creatures so she's actually worthwhile. I have 2 of those. What's Fiend Hunter do? When Fiend Hunter enters the battle, you may exile another target creature. Okay, and there's nobody out there, so I'm going to wait for that one. So I'll bring out my Squadron Hawk again. My second one. Now there's no more in my hand to use. So now you go to combat phase once you play one main phase, and you get to pick who attacks. He has nobody to block me, so I can attack this guy. Now I can't use the other guy I just brought in because if you bring a card in, you have to wait 1 turn before you can actually use it. It's called like Summoning Sickness or something. So as you see, he's attacking the guy itself. Now we each have 20 health. On the top it says 20 for him, 20 for me on the bottom. This does 1 damage. He has no way to stop it at this point, so it's just going to attack him. Right there. And he goes down to 19. And that's it. Now that guy stays tapped, which means he stays turned. Which means if he attacks me now, I would not be able to use the guy who's turned. If I attack, that means I can't block with him the next time. Every new turn for me, all my guys untapped. They go back to normal, so you can use them again. So there's a lot of strategies. Should I attack? If I attack, I won't be able to block his stuff with this guy. Of course, there's some cards that let you block and attack, and it gets very, crazy. I already played a land. I'm talking too much. Okay, so Fiend Hunter, I'm going to keep those out for now because they have some cool stuff. So I'll bring out my Master. Actually, there's other. You know what? I'm going to skip this main turn. Let's show you this. You actually have 2 mains. You could play a card there before you attack or after you attack. He has 4 mana up here, as you see, which means blue is a deck that counters your spells. So if I play a spell and he has 1 in his hand, he can actually, if he has mana left over, which he does, he has 4, he can actually counter that spell and I get my guy destroyed. So a lot of times it's good to attack first and make him waste mana and maybe do something else and then bring your guy out later so he might not screw you. See if he does anything here. No? Okay. So I get him for 2 damage. Now the reason is, even if I played this guy, I wouldn't actually be able to use him until the next turn, so it doesn't matter if you play him before you attack or not. So I'll try him now, see if he does anything. No? Okay. He's got a lot of land and he's not playing anything. He has a crappy hand, to be honest with you. Look, he has no creatures to play. That's crazy. And I'm just bringing dudes out left and right. Okay, so I think I'm going to bring her out this turn, one of these, because I actually have 3 guys out there. She'll be 3/3, 3 offense, 3 defense. But again, I'm going to wait and see if he's trying to bait me into playing a good card and then destroy that card. See what he does here. Since he has nobody to block me, I can attack with all my guys. So that's 1, 2, 3 damage total. And he's not. Oh, there he goes. See? He was able to play a card. Return to its owner's hand. So we play this card on her. So I can't do anything to stop that right now. That's what the blue deck's all about. It's about countering spells, returning cards to people's hands, that kind of crazy shit that they can do. So I didn't lose that card, but I have to replay it again, if I wanted to, So it screws me. Makes it a little longer. So I'll play him again here. And be able to use him next turn. And I might as well bring her out now. So I'll have her for next turn. He already used one of those major things. I don't think he's going to have another one. So she's 4/4 now. Oh, it actually she herself counts. Okay, so I have 4 cards counting her, so she's 4/4. I thought she was going to be 3/3. Another one where he looks at the cards. He's really hurting. He has no creatures to play, really. That's but still doesn't have any creatures to play. That's crazy. So this is my new guy, Battlecry, 3/1. So Battlecry, whenever a creature with Battlecry attacks each other attacking creature gets +1 power. Ooh, this affects all creatures, not just those controlled by who has him. So it could be the other guy you're playing too. I already played I played my land already. Okay. So we're gonna send. Well, you know what? We'll send everybody. Why not? This is a pretty uneventful match so far. There he goes again. He had another one of those cards sitting in there. Return it to my hand. He's putting my big girl, the 4/4. It's not horrible because it doesn't kill her outright. I just got to play her again. I mean, it sucks, but it's not horrible. So at this moment, I'm just beating the crap out of this dude because he has nobody to play. So I'm going to bring her back out. It's just wasting time, basically. Actually, I'm going to bring both of hers out. So they'll both be 5/5 now. See that? Because there's 5 cards on the table. That's pretty awesome. This is going to be an easy match. He's playing a land. Does he have anybody to bring out? Unbelievable. This is just crazy. I've been holding that guy to take one of his creatures away. He hasn't had a creature yet that I could use for that. Wow. That is the easiest match I've ever played in this game. I'll end it. Wow. Unbelievable. Flawless, yeah, it was. What does that mean? Win a campaign duel with 20 or more life. Unbelievable. Ooh, I got a new avatar and a new achievement, which I just saw. And okay, so every time you win a game match with one of your decks, you get to unlock new cards. So we got a new card here. So we can go to our deck manager, which just takes a second here. Xbox does take forever to load, man. Load on the PC version goes a little faster. I played the demo on the PC. I like it on Xbox though. It's good on both. Man, it's taking forever. Come on. I like the white decks. There's some white decks where you can heal yourself a lot. Very cool. So these are my hands. You can have 60 cards in a deck that you bring out. And then you have, as you see on the top right, it says 29 locked. There's actually 30 locked in to start with. So there's a total of 90 cards for each deck, and you can pick which ones you want in your deck. You can remove some, add some. You have to have 60 minimum. I like to have 60. Like, you can have 90 if you want, but if you have that many, you know, it's the more cards you have, the less chance it is you're going to get some of your better cards, because obviously there's more chance to get, you know, more cards, less chance to get the ones you want. So I like to try to keep it around 60. So the guy glows, the new guy. So here's our new guy. Odric, Master Tactician, legendary creature, first strike, which means if somebody blocks him, his attack goes first. He could kill the blocker before the blocker has a chance to kill him. So whenever he and at least 3 other creatures attack, you choose which creatures block this combat and how those creatures block. That's pretty awesome. So usually when you attack somebody, then the defender gets to choose how he's going to block, what guys he's going to use, and how he's going to use them. Now with this guy, if you attack with him and 3 other creatures, you choose how he blocks, so you can completely screw him. You can make sure that he has guys that are dying, or he has guys that aren't killing other people. That's a pretty awesome attack. I like that. And I am going to keep that shit. I'm going to add that to my deck, because that is awesome. That's a expensive. Oh, it's only 4. This is not an expensive deck, meaning you don't need a lot of mana, it looks like. And it's a lot about bringing a lot of dudes out. I might keep 61 just to start with here, and we'll save and quit that. And that's the easiest match I've ever played in this game. So I'll I'll make some more videos maybe and show one where it actually looks like I could die, because that happens a lot. You can lose a lot in this game. But thanks for watching this one, and we'll continue on in another one. So take care, guys.